first of all, appreciate the fact, personally, appreciate the fact that the president has priority areas that he has listed. While listening to the speech, what was the points that came across as a key to you in the president's speech this morning?
Well, in the spirit of the season, let me say Happy New Year to Atlantic Television Network global viewers, and particularly our Nigerian viewership. Okay. Happy New Year to all of us. Wish us our heart desire to be granted by God while key into the government agenda for the year. Well, the president has listed 8 priority areas he wants to give attention based on his policy thrust of renewed hope for Nigeria. We believe and want to pray that let's walk the talk, not talking the talk. Because if we walk the talk, it means that they are achievable. But if we don't walk the talk, it will be rhetorics as usual. That is it for me.
Okay, now speaking of rhetorics as usual, let's take off from one of his first points, talking about electricity when he traveled his trip to COP28, and he's entered with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. One of the things that caught my attention in that he mentioned a partnership with Siemens. Yes. Now, Siemens has a history in Nigeria, one that was quite scandalous. Until date, Nigerians are not even sure how far that investigation of what happened to it. I think it was the 6th or 7th Assembly was last time we heard of that. Why do you think the president is still talking about Siemens, considering how much that created an uproar and how that the last time we heard about that brand?
Well, during a former President Obasanjo administration, more than $16 billion was committed into the electricity sector. Then, following Yaradua emergence, the then National Assembly embarked on a probe to ensure that what had been committed gives value to Nigerians. A lot of people believe that it was met with corruption, but I was one of those who believed that it's not exactly the truth. Electricity project is EPC. EPC project means that you will execute it, you will build it, and you will operate it. It takes from the scratch. You cannot just bring a turbine and put on this platform. The platform must be prepared when the turbine comes based on the turbine configuration. So,
okay, so you don't think it was an issue of corruption?
No, I don't think so. It was an issue of not following up. You know, in Nigeria, we have a problem of continuity, both at the national level, state level, and local government level. A lot of new administration want to set their own different agenda. Who shouldn't be so? We are a country, and no government comes and does everything. When you come, you do your bit. Allow the incoming government to also do his bit. But when the government comes and think that they want to do everything, or a new government comes, you think that what the other government has started, they won't do. That is part of our problem, leadership problem.
All right, now that the president has first of all hit on the promise of better electricity, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Another thing he talked about was local refining of petroleum products. And then he talked about a Port Harcourt refinery, how they are going to go into mainstream. The promise was for December, but sometime in December we learned that, they are ready for it. But then said they were not immediately ready to start, distribution, production and distribution. These promises of better refinery, the Dangote refinery, some experts over the weekend, basically yesterday particularly and Saturday, talked about how even if Port Harcourt refinery and Dangote refinery comes into mainstream, it's still not going to solve the problem of fuel hike or scarcity. I'd like you to react to that.
Well, first, the truth is that the cost of dollar in the market is so expensive that there is we don't produce one bolt in Nigeria for that sector. Everything is imported, and they are going to be imported with dollar. So the price can never come down for what we assume. But as Nigerians, we have accepted our fate. That government has failed us in that direction. But what we're interested now, let the product be available and let us buy. Because at the very high rate we are buying. We have not striked, we have not burned down any petrol dispensing station, we have not done anything that will be negative. But we are begging, let the product be available. So with what is happening, Port Harcourt has been streamed on. Let's pray that they start refining and the product is available. When we buy, we will manage our lives. That's the truth.
So you agree with the expert that this is not going to stop the hike?
No, not stopping the hike. Yeah. It will, to some extent, the margin of reduction in the cost will be infinitesimal.
But what about the idea of having some form of independence for these refineries, for instance, of product, those who are buying the products, to like a free market, to determine their own cost?
Of course, that is what we're having now, because
if you buy in Port Harcourt refinery, for instance, and you're selling to Port Harcourt market, what you will sell to Port Harcourt market as an independent person wouldn't be what you sell to
even in this street, in your road here, the filling stations there are not selling the same price.
Exactly. So
because they buy from different markets.
So the cost of free market should be part of the conversation,
of course, no, you see, just like we say, the free market to determine where to buy from.
Yeah.
If I'm a dealer and I sell at 650 and somebody sell at 620, it is incumbent upon the user, the end user, they bring the motorist to determine where to buy from. Is he in a haste? Where is he coming from? Does he believe in the metering system of that dispensing station? That will determine where he will buy from. Know fully well that a lot of the station dispensing meters are not the same. They have been tampered with. So these are what will determine where somebody will buy from. Not about what price we hear on the media.